everybody. Welcome to Life at Sunny Lea with Kathy Jarvis. And it's been one of those weeks. I had the menus all planned and everything. Had the whole week planned out, right? Well, Sunday was just off all day long. I don't know if it's because they canceled church services or what, but it just didn't feel like Sunday. Just didn't feel right. And I had planned on making chicken and dumplings with the homemade bread, only to find out I put all the bread in. First of all, I made banana bread in the bread maker. First time I tried this recipe, so I was really looking forward to it. So I got all the ingredients together, hit the button, and it didn't sound right. So I looked inside and it wasn't mixing. I thought, oh, I forgot to put in the little kneading paddle, that paddle that mixes everything up. Couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. It was not where it was supposed to be and could not find it. So I went online trying to find this particular brand. Well, they no longer make bread makers. They're still in business, but they don't make bread makers anymore. And there was no replacement parts for it that they had. So I went to Amazon and I ordered a universal paddle. Not for sure if it's going to work. I'm out here with the puppy, in case you're wondering why I'm jerking. She's trying to push boundaries again. Anyway, I ordered a universal one. Well, it won't be here until Saturday, they said. So that knocked all my bread making for the week out, which made me a little unhappy because I bought the ingredients to make bread and was ready to have the house smell like bread again. Didn't happen. But the chicken dumpling recipe turned out really well. I ended up mixing the banana bread by hand and then putting it in the bread maker to bake, and it turned out really, really good. Very, very good. I was really surprised because it's the first time I tried a quick bread recipe in the bread maker. So that turned out well, but the rest of the bread I was going to make this week was in the yeast category. That meant it needed to rise up and be knocked down, and without that little mixing paddle, you couldn't do it. So no, had to go with biscuits this week instead of bread. So a little bit more work on my part. Bread in the bread machine is so much easier. And then on Monday I was just gonna basically take it easy. Bill went to town like usual, and I was sitting there trying to decide what I really wanted to do, because my first thing was to wrap Christmas presents. And Chris came down and made a little announcement that someone was coming on Tuesday. Well, my house was a mess. I mean, it had been snowing and muddy and rainy. So I spent all day Monday cleaning the downstairs. I had Chris clean the upstairs. And then Tuesday was really jam-packed. This person was supposed to come at 10, and then the boys had doctor's appointments in the afternoon. Well, we sat around, and Chris had to work all night Monday. So he was really tired and got up early, 9:30. Well, actually, he was up at 9 to meet this person. They never showed. He sat there in the front room, half asleep, wondering why this person never showed after they said they were going to. So finally, he texted him and find out what was happening. Well, they couldn't make it today. So instead of being kind enough to say, hey, we can't make it, they just kind of let him hang, which was disappointing all the way around. And so they left, went to town, went to the doctor's office. Chris had a mole taken off of his neck that was bothering him. It was at his neckline and it was rubbing up against his shirts. He had that removed. And Bill had 2 moles on his back removed that were doing the same thing, just irritating, in the wrong spot, irritating. So those were removed. And I stayed home and just basically cleaned a little more. Some things in the dining room. I had a lot of stuff in the dining room piled up. Bill had... Dusty! Get back here. You're pushing boundaries. You're pushing boundaries hard. Get back here. Come here. Anyway, I had a lot of stuff. He had a lot of stuff. So I went through my stuff. And we've been cleaning the garage and bringing the stuff in from the garage into the dining room to go through, so we wouldn't have to go do it when in there and disturb the cats and the pup. Because when we're in the garage, she sits at that door and just barks and jumps on it, wanting to try to get in. Dusty, will you stay out of that corner? So anyway, we were cleaning. When we're at the garage, she's at the door barking, which disturbs the cats, makes them all upset. So it's easier to just bring stuff into the dining room and go through the boxes that way. So I went through, I think 4 boxes of my stuff and organized it, got rid of it. Stuff from the gardening stuff that needed to be taken out to the gardening shed, and stuff from my mom yet that I just needed to get rid of. So went through that. He's still got 3 boxes of his stuff to go through, but we're getting the garage slowly. It's kind of hard this time of year when you never know if it's going to be cold or hot. And then on Wednesday I did some laundry. I did a lot of laundry yesterday, or not yesterday, but on Tuesday. But Wednesday I did more laundry. Sean had gone back to his house, so I cleaned up his room, folded all the clothes that were laying there, got the dirty clothes and put them in the washer and washed those that he had left, and was just getting that done. And I had to clean. It was a pretty day, so I had Dusty out for almost an hour and a half, and while I had her out, Bill mopped the floor in the porch, so she has a nice clean area to go into. And then I took her out later on the afternoon. She had been really good so far that day. She had not peed or pooped in the house, in her room at all. She told me when she needed to go out, so we went out, which is a big nice improvement. Not to have to clean up pee pads and stuff. So she's old enough. I mean, she's house trained really. She goes into the one corner where a pee pad indoor pot was. Now it's not there. We're waiting for another one to come, but at least she stays in one corner and it's easy to clean up. She's not destroying stuff as much as she wants to, but Sunday she did. Sunday she started tearing that cover that I put over, insulated cover I put over a crate. She started chewing it, tore 2 big pieces out of it. So the cover is now off again. She's just got the heater in there, and the 2 heaters. So she's gonna have to deal with it until she stops chewing things up. So, and then Tuesday I finally got around to wrapping those Christmas presents. And we laughed about it. The one that has the most presents so far is the one that has no hands. One's pushing boundaries right now, wanting to try to get past the boundary. But yeah, and then her stocking came. I'm really, really pleased with that. It was supposed to come into Friday, her Christmas stocking. Really pleased with how it turned out. And then Wednesday, Chris and Bill went to town and going to the gym and stuff. And I stayed home. Good girl. Good girl. Good potty. So I stayed home and, like I said, cleaned. On Thursday, the boys went and got haircuts. And I basically stayed at the house and cleaned a little bit more. And on Friday, we went and got groceries for the next week after making the grocery plan and everything. And then I also started teaching Dusty on scent work. We've been working on scent work for a while, but this week we started actually using the cloves to associate them. Before that, we were just using the touch and the different commands that she needs. So we started working on the cloves for scent work, and she's doing quite well with that. She really seems to enjoy it. And then on Saturday we went and finished most of the Christmas shopping. So now, this next coming week, I have to be making some Christmas cookies. Still can't make the bread. We got the part, but it wasn't the right part. It said it was a universal part, and it didn't fit. And the bummer about that is that to return it, it's supposed to have free returns, but to return it, I have to use UPS, and I have to take it to their store, and their store is in a town that's an hour away. I have to February 1st to do this. And the other way to return it costs more than what I paid for the part itself. So looks like I'm stuck with a part that I don't really can't use and don't need. So I'm really disappointed in that because it came by regular mail. So why can't I just send it back regular mail? It doesn't make any sense to me. But they say it has to be by UPS. So a little bummer on that part. But at least I did find the correct part for this machine, which I've ordered, which costs about 3 times as much. But hopefully it will work. If not, then I will definitely be getting a new bread maker because I miss the bread. So it's the week before Christmas starting. A week of Christmas, actually. This was the week before Christmas. The week of Christmas is now starting. And hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and hope you are prepared for Christmas. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and dream big and follow that dream. Bye, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye.